The crypto market is finally back in green again. Matter of fact, almost every single crypto is pumping today, with a couple of coins like 𝗵𝗲 here being up 30%, Uniswap 12%, Sky up 10%. So it's the first time in a while that we've got some double-digit gainers and not some small ones either. And also, if we take a look at the top-down approach, Bitcoin is up only 1%, but it's pretty good because we're up a pretty good penny from 57,000, which, by the way, marks the spot where yesterday I said in the video, this is the point where I start buying myself. And if we had prices slightly lower today, you'd actually see me open some trades live in this video as well. But only what I've done today is put in some orders because basically from the lows that we've made over the past 24 hours, I really don't think there's any more reason to start like going around it. There's no more reason to circumvent it. I've told you guys that over the past couple of months, we had a downward bias. This bias still is remaining mostly until October or so. Just like how I said before 2025 that we really think it's a good theoretical idea to sell from January 1st, 2025 on forward because that should be the end of the bull market. And we shifted that a bit later on to August 1st, 2025. And you see how well that's done. We've said afterwards again that this should be a bear market. It's again just really simple numbers when you start thinking about it. Really, when it comes to Bitcoin, the theory is not that hard because it always follows the same cycle. And the only thing is, sometimes it deviates and you're not exactly sure if this is one of those times and how much it's going to deviate from it. The reason we shifted from January 1st, 2025 to August 1st, 2025 is because of the institutional power, is because of the pump happening a bit later and a bit more rugged than it usually does. But as you can see from this chart right here, we also expect the price to do better on the high side. But from that logic, we also expect the price to now do a bit better, or at least not as bad on the downside, which is why we're saying the first half of this year should have been bad. This is where things should start to go neutral or pick up. And actually, there's also now people saying, like Ansem here, if you're into AI, pivot to crypto because the recent trade that was the easiest out of everything was to just be all in on AI, which is also another thing that I've stated over the past couple of months here. And that's also why I personally went all in on AI the past couple of months. But this little opportunity in the AI space is also starting to shrink, mostly because those companies are seeing valuations that are out of this world, but also because the crypto market, well, even though it's been down for such a long time, it seems like we could be back onto another race here. Anyway, the Dow surges nearly 600 points today, closing at its highest level on record. Amazing to see. And again, I want to quickly reiterate, if you're a person that's looking for any sort of new thing in their trading, like for example, integrating AI into your trading, make sure you check out the link down below to bottrading.net. It's a website where you can basically get a little bit of a grasp here on how to connect your Claude, if you're using that, to TradingView. Because, for example, this entire chart right here was 100% made by AI like a while back, like a few weeks ago. And you can see now, I just told it, hey, build some support resistances and some, some cool words like some, I don't know, I told it like liquidity sweep or some CME gap. These are all the levels that it was able to draw in at that time. And you can see now how the support/resistances that it drew in, at least one of them was actually turning out to be a pretty crucial level because we bounced off of that today. Now, actually, we bounced off of it a few more times throughout the past couple of months, and so these are really beautiful levels to trade off of, and if you take that into consideration, the fact that this was all done with AI, you start to realize this, by the way, is another strategy that was 100% made with AI, $700,000 profit, but over a very long time. The thing is, though, you can now backtest these strategies with just one simple click instead of spending hours upon hours upon hours on it. Just for fun, I now asked it again to do the analysis. Actually, this was, I think, yesterday or so that I did this analysis. I just asked Claude to put, again, some most important levels into the Bitcoin chart, and this is what it was able to draw into it. And yeah, it's just really beautiful. You're able to do it now without any sort of manual work. Now, one more thing that I saw today that I think was kind of pretty shocking, even though it's not crypto related, I just thought it was interesting to see. I think a lot of you guys may be interested in this more government talk that I think it's worth mentioning. So the news that I saw today, and I see my microphone is starting to slowly but surely fall down here. The news of today is pretty shocking to me, and it's this. OpenAI has reportedly offered to give the US government a 5% equity stake worth around $40 billion. The offer would let the public benefit from AI growth and reduce political resistance, with the last part being the most important there, reduce political resistance. You know, AI has gone so rampant over the past couple of months, it's become so good that the major blocker for growth right now seems to be the US government. And one thing I'd like to note here is if you think right now that you're being restricted in some ways by the government, I just want you to know crypto is such a crazy good solution, and that's also why they're trying to hammer it down in the EU right now. They're trying to hammer it down from every single angle because it's one of the last freedoms that they really can't take away. One thing they can do is restrict where you can deposit crypto. These things they can do. They can restrict how you can accept crypto, theoretically speaking, from their official accounts. Just like how they can restrict your AI usage to a certain extent, because of course you can also run it locally on your computer or whatever. However, the most beautiful part when it comes to crypto, which is another reason why I believe in it so much, is they can block your bank account. They can block you from sending any money or receiving any money from a bank or from any payment institution. They can never stop you from actually receiving or actually sending any crypto anywhere, unless you're using Tether or something like that, issuer that can block it. But Bitcoin and all these major ones, they can't be blocked, right? Unless the entire network is against you, which will, theoretically speaking, never happen, right? In practice, I should say never happen. In theory, it could happen. In practice, will never happen. It's the same for Satoshi right now. They're actually having a bit of an argument within the Bitcoin community to vote Satoshi out of his coins and then do an upgrade so that Bitcoin cannot be cracked anymore by the quantum computers. Anyway, I also should note that even though my opening of the video was showcasing the stock markets doing some really crazy numbers, it actually ended up doing pretty shittily, with the Nasdaq going down 1.6% here. You can see it was a pretty awful day actually in the end. The S&P going down and everything actually doing quite bad. It was just a nice point and everything was looking pretty beautiful, but hey, I think the crypto market really flowed kind of with a perfect correlation to the stock market here. And as the stock market went up, the crypto market also decided to go for yet another day of green. But here's the kicker. Even though we keep seeing lower points, and this is a really beautiful thing you guys should keep in mind, even though we are seeing lower points for Bitcoin day by day, the last couple of days here, with 57.5K reached just now, we also saw a new local high just now today all of a sudden. And more importantly, altcoins really didn't suffer as much as they usually would if we're in full-on capitulation in a really fearful mode. That's one of those things which you should pay attention to. Are altcoins going down like crazy? If yes, I'm more fearful that Bitcoin is about to go for a massive drop. Are altcoins staying steady? And are some altcoins moving down less or even going up when Bitcoin's going down and making yearly lows? If they're not, in this case here, which altcoins didn't, we're chilling pretty much. That's why I'm not so worried. That's why I'm pivoting more towards buying. I was going to do some really crazy funny buys in today's video because I have my exchange account set up here to drop some racks on buying more Bitcoin. But the market is already up a ton. Now I've set some orders, and if they get filled over the next couple of hours or days, you'll see it in yet another video because, as I stated yesterday, I think our time has come. I'm chilling pretty much, and even though we're still a bit early, I'm basically putting my bids in because, hey, I don't think it's worth waiting too much anymore, or rather, these prices are way too nice for me to let go. So yeah, that was about it for this little crypto update. See you guys again in another one tomorrow.